Yeah, some changes.
Give it up for Rawal, guys!
बहुत low energy. Were they boring you before this? There's so many good content creators, so many good speakers will come on stage. Make a little more noise, Daddy. Come on. That's more. So I'm Rawal, and that is. Yeah. I'm Bharg. This is Rawal. So in any case, I'm Bharg. That's Rawal, and we're a music duo called Rawalxbharg. So what we're mostly going to talk about is the fact that the entire topic is prism of possibilities, what can be, what can't be, how do you go about things, what can you do from whatever in numerous combinations that go on. The point that we are mainly going to talk about is the fact that whatever we had through our personal journey, however we grew from our childhood, as you can see when you're born, you're not really born with a choice. You were just born into a world, and then after that you go and lead on to your life, depending on various combinations of where you are, where you go. The same goes for us. We'll take you through a personal journey from school to college with our friends, everything, then getting out of college and how we made music and how we all came together. And hopefully you can connect to our personal lives from there on. So, yeah, Rahul.
Yep. So, my name is Shivam. Firstly, people might not know that my surname is Rawal, and that's the stage name that I went by because that's what I was called throughout my school life. In school, how I started with the music thing was even before the music, just being a shy kid and not really blending in with the class too much and not really participating that much. I was that kid for like a long period of time in my school, but towards my 9th grade and 10th grade, I started breaking out a little bit and started listening to a whole lot of music and a whole lot of rap. This is when rap was like really not even like 1/10 as big as it is right now. So me wearing like all these Heely t-shirt and everything, people used to make fun of me. So they used to sing songs like "Hey, Popper, Mujhe Pyar To Kar" and all that shit. Like I've been through that and everything. So listening to music and everything, I got into the rap thing really heavy. But my father, he was like, "मैं तो चाहता हूँ मेरा बेटा engineer बने." Like most of the Indian parents want their child to become something. So a path like music was just like something very distant for even my parents to consider कि हाँ ये चीज़ हो सकती है. So I used to dabble in, बीच में कभी कभार करता था music, then I used to get back to my studies and like जैसे करके 10th खत्म करा. I was just like a kid who was making like थोड़ा बहुत अच्छा पढ़ लेता था, 55-60% थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ा, next class हुआ चलो ठीक है. Then got into 12th, got into commerce, and this was the time when everybody was like, "Chalo, you have to really study now, and you have to get your college and everything, right?" So everybody had that anxiety, boards and ये वो. तो उस time पे तो बहुत ज़्यादा लगी हुई थी मेरी, and I couldn't really fathom how to break out and make my music and everything. I wanted to do that so bad, but I had to do the whole academic thing. So जैसे करके I studied, I got my marks, I got into TU, even though I was told कि नहीं हो पाएगा, ज़्यादा कुछ कर नहीं पाएगा, इसका कुछ career हो नहीं पाएगा. I still studied, got into TU, then I got into the music society. Again, rap was like not really big, everybody was into rock and metal at the time. So I used to rap in English and everything. Wasn't really working out that well. So in my postgrad, I thought of just doing something which is going to benefit me financially, and I can be creative as well. So I started doing interior design. तो मैंने interior design पढ़ा 2 साल के लिए. उसके बाद freelance किया. अभी भी कर रहा हूँ 3-4 साल से. And just started making money and got really good at it. Got really good at sourcing. So I'm that guy who sources a lot of stuff for materials and everything, building materials and interior design. And that's something that people don't really know about me because I don't post that kind of stuff because I'm mostly into music and everything. So me doing that for 3-4 years, I was constantly unhappy because I was like, chalo, ab jaise करके I'm making money, I'm doing well for myself, but there's a void inside of me. कि मैं क्यों नहीं कर पा रहा? Why am I always constantly found myself to be unhappy. I was like, what's really missing? Then I figured out it was music, because I was always going back to those YouTube beats and type beats and everything. So uske baad, one day I met Bharg. Before that I made some songs. I made 4 or 5 songs. I was in the Delhi rap cypher and everything, if anybody knows that. Spit Dope represent man. बिल्कुल Spit Dope came way after, to be honest. उससे भी पहले की बात है.
वैभव के चैनल की YouTube वीडियोस.
बिल्कुल मैं डिवाइन आया था दिल्ली. I met him. We all used to rap in English at the time. उस वक्त हमें लगता था हिंदी में rap करना ही cool नहीं है, because we have to rap in English. That is the cool thing. But once that switched, once we started rapping in Hindi and everything, that's when I realized कि हाँ भाई, अब तो मैं अपने guard को भी कुछ बोलूँगा, उससे भी समझ में आएगी कि मैं क्या बात कर रहा हूँ. That's when the whole thing became more relatable for me, for everybody. Because English, as much as we speak English, India is a country where a lot of people speak English. It's never going to be as big as Hindi. Hindi is like Hindi. Though. Once I switched to that, and I met Bharg, we made the album. We started on the album. We made the album. तो चलो दूर की बात है. पहले हम मिले, फिर we did the whole journey for some years began. And
you want to tell them how it went? So for me, like that was basically his introduction on how he came about bringing it back to the prism of possibilities and how we're going to join to it, to the fact that like I was in school again, my father's in the Air Force, my mother's a businesswoman, didn't really like have that music acumen going around in my family. So that was not a very that was a very foreign concept, to be very honest. Except that my father used to listen to a lot of different sort of music, so I guess that's where I picked up to learn, like sort of listen to music in the first place. But apart from that, nothing much. So the entire point of our introductions wasn't really to tell you what we are, but the fact that none of us actually come from like a background which is music oriented. The point is that we had certain different plans. Rawal was an interior designer to go ahead with, and I was supposed to be a lawyer to go ahead with. The fact is that irrespective of all of those combinations not adding up to music, the chance of anything happening at any point in time can really change what you're doing in your future, and that becomes really important the moment you start looking into your own self. And I think that is very important, because the possibilities are so endless in that sense that the spectrum becomes really wide, and hence one must not be, while you're still following a single path, one must not be so focused onto it, for the combinations or the butterfly effect as such is so big. In any case, that's our personal journey per se. And of course, now we're going to tell you more about the combinations and the possibilities that could happen in our field personally. Because irrespective of whatever our personal lives led us on to here, being in that field and still being able to, sustain our life in whatever way possible is due to certain combinations itself. So, Rawal, I think he has a longer music history than I have, so yeah.
For sure, like the music history wasn't there much. It was just, internet is such a powerful tool. Like, we don't come from a musical background. All that I did was just listen to music so heavily. Every night I used to be in these rabbit holes and discover new artists, and I got this rush out of it. It was almost like a drug. This is like, I found a new artist, this new music is sounding so great, and that is something that I used to dive into so much. मतलब academic से तो मेरा ज़्यादा होने नहीं वाला था. मतलब मैं 55% आते थे मेरे, लास्ट के एक हफ्ता पढ़ता था मैं, हो जाता था मैं. Like boards में भी I got this home tutor like 3 weeks prior to my boards, because I didn't know anything. I was in a tuition and I found myself in December in front of a question paper where there were 8 questions of accounting, and I didn't know even one of them. I just went to the park and I just sat over there thinking I can't do anything much, and then I got a home tutor from this guy who already flunked, but I guess beggars can't be choosers. और last के 3 हफ्ते जब बचे हैं तो फिर I got that guy. He looked at my palm and he told me after 1 week of me starting my homework, and this is 3 weeks before my boards. मैं हाथ पढ़ा, उसने बोला देखो आपको तो 65 आएंगे. मैंने बोला 65? What do you mean 65? पूरी जिंदगी I've scored 55. Now I'm putting in the work and you're telling me I'm going to get 65. Then he was like, it is what it is. You'll have to work hard. So I started working hard for like 2-3 weeks, and I was just I disappeared. I was in my room. I used to have coffee and I used to study. And then fast forward to the day when the board results is coming, and my mom was just like, 80. मतलब कैसा? मतलब do you think you're going to pass? I said, no, I don't think I'm even going to make it. And then I got 80. So I was just like, yo, that just opened the possibility that if I put my mind to something, I can achieve it. But at the same time, music was something which was really important. It was always there. Fast forward to me being in a party and meeting Bharg. Bharg told me that he lives in Rawalxbharg, and he was like, come to the studio sometime. I said, yes, I will. Then one day I just checked out his story on Instagram, and he's playing the guitar. And I was really impressed by the chord progressions that he was playing. I was like, this doesn't sound like your typical ding, 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 ding. And that is something which really moved me. So I was just like, yo, I really like this chord progression that you're playing. And then we started talking from that time. And then we started exchanging messages that night. And we started exchanging all our musical influences. And in that we found that हम इतने सारे artists सुन रहे हैं जो कि हमें पता है कि बहुत कम लोग सुनते हैं. And we cherish that कि हाँ, these are two individuals who want to make music, who listen to all this sort of music. I mean, I was supposed to be a hip-hop head and a rap artist and everything, but I was more than that because I always wanted to make other stuff also, while at the same time doing that. And he also, from like house to like metal to like, just like everything, we would listen to almost everything and appreciate it. So I was just like, yo, let's book a session. Session किया, घर पे गया, थोड़ा बहुत कुछ हुआ. Didn't really happen the first day, but we tried again. Second day, he came to my place. There's a song called Aage aur Upar from the album, if anybody has listened to it. So he came to the house. We had his MIDI piano, a MIDI keyboard, and he played some keys. And I was like, हो गया bro, हो गया. मतलब the work is done. I wrote that song that night. He went home. Then third session, I went to Bharg's place and I'm bombarding him with references. कि हाँ ये वाला music, ये कर सकते हैं, वो कर सकते हैं. Because I'm just so full of energy and thoughts, and Bharg is just like, at a point just confused because he's just like, इतना सारा information मेरे को मिल रहा है, मैं क्या करूँ? Then he just said, give me 15 minutes. And I was like, and he had his headphones on, and I was just anxious कि ये बंदा क्या कर रहा है, 15 मिनट में क्या कर रहा है, मेरे को भी सुनना है, एक song सुनना है, क्या कर रहा है. Then he just, after 15 minutes, he played the beat of Jangli Banda, and I lost it. I lost it. I was a person who believed कि मैं कभी music नहीं बनाऊंगा. मैं सिर्फ interior design करूंगा. मैं यहाँ पे खड़ा, I'm not supposed to be here. You know, that's where I'm coming from. So from that to like listening to that beat and constantly just like I think I freestyled for like half an hour or something, and I didn't freestyle much because I had to be in a really happy, comfortable zone. And I've had my own trials and tribulations growing up in a household where my mother couldn't walk ever since I was 5, and those trials and tribulations and everything like that, they shaped me. And I couldn't be comfortable बहुत आसानी से. Only certain things would make me feel that joy, and that beat gave it to me. I started freestyling, wrote the song, and I told him we're making an album, and I told him we're going to make 15 tracks. And I didn't know why I said that. I was just like, in my head, I was just like, yo, I gotta overcompensate for all these times that I didn't make music. So I wanted us to make so many tracks, and I saw it once he did that in 15 minutes कि हम कर सकते हैं. That's where the whole journey began. Kam heard the thing, he hopped on Jangli Banda, Raga wanted to be a part of it. So it's not really us per se going to artists. We wanted to go to artists, but we thought कि हम थोड़ा टाइम लेंगे और फिर उनके पास जाएंगे. Because we didn't want to come off as like, I knew Kale, he's like a friend of mine. I used to go to his place, but I was never the guy who would बोलेगा हाँ भाई मेरे गाने पे आ because you're my friend. Because that's different. Friendship is different, work is different. So we wanted to go to these artists to hop on our tracks. But then the lucky thing was कि पहले ही उन्होंने हमारा music सुना. They wanted to come on our tracks, and we were like really obliged. We were like, this happened prematurely. So that was great, and we just went off from there. We just went off on a musical journey, and we made Rawalxbharg and everything, and you can continue, but
Yeah, so that's basically the story of our journey. Now, like as usual, we're in a very question and answer format.
Here's where he proposes the question. Now the question comes in a form of a paragraph, and that paragraph is basically to tell you that what the story is. My job is here to give you an answer. And here's where I bring it back again to the possibility, right? In this entire paragraph or whatever he said, we started from meeting at a random event where both of us decided to show up. Wouldn't have showed up, that wouldn't have happened. You have to go keep knocking on doors in order for your prism of possibilities to open in the first place. It has to become a prism in the first place, and that only happens if you take your chances, right? You increase your chances, your probability increases. Secondly, the fact that when he said that we met, after that we had no contact. Well, literally, I spoke to him for 30 seconds where he said, I'm Rawal, I said, I'm Bharg, I produce music. He said, yeah, I rap. That's it. Both went back home. I happened to follow him. He literally, I liked one of his photos. He went on to my profile. I didn't have much music at that point in time, but I was still one of those people who used to, go ahead, make like a 30-second loop of a song and post it on Instagram stories, thinking like, maybe something could happen from that. And it did. Again, there's a chance, there's a probability, and there's a possibility that comes out of it. The fact that he randomly went on to my profile, saw a story, said that that guitar is pretty cool that you're playing, let's make music together, is the second thing that became possible and opened up possibilities because of going ahead and knocking on a door for it to open. Thirdly, when he says that we spoke on phone for almost 1.5 hours, 2 hours. Just the first time we spoke. That was literally the first time we had spoken on phone. But again, throughout our childhood, like he consistently emphasized on the fact that I heard and researched on a lot of music. I also come from a lot of different musical background, and that also opens the possibility if you're a budding musician or even if you're a professional in any place, right? The fact that you have to go ahead and study multiple facets, even if you are going to be an expert in one, you must still know the knowledge of multiple facets that come with it. He did the same thing, I did the same thing, that's what we bonded on. Again, increasing your chances. Our entire album, Sab Chahiye, which we hail as the most versatile album that came out in the country at that point in time, was also just entirely based on a chance. We never went ahead with the fact that, okay, this is what is going ahead, this is what is popping off, we should do one of those. We did anything and everything that we liked, and we left it on to the people to go ahead and open up the doors for us. That really brings in the fact that there is no sort of a set path that you will have. But the fact is that that butterfly effect that you talk about, or the possibilities that have to open up, will only open up with the fact that if you go ahead and make different things, do different things, and knock on different doors, maybe something will work out. The fact is that we made so many different sort of music. If you go through our entire album, there'll be like a series of music, and I promise you, and that's literally been one of our go-to things, that whenever I meet people, I tell them this. I promise you, you go through our album, you'll like one song out of it at least.
At least 3, Bharg.
So the point is that that's us taking chances. That's us taking a step ahead. Both of us didn't know how to really go about anything. Thanks to our manager who helped us in that.
For sure, make some noise for Ananya over there.
So she really structured it down on how to present it, but we have had times where we had no idea how are we going to go about this, right? And coming from a field where there is a chance of anything, success is very low and failure is very high. At that point in time, the possibilities aren't really that much, and the failure possibilities are really high. To take that one step towards like some sort of success, not that we're the most successful people in this entire planet, but whatever little success that we've gotten is because of the fact that we took a lot of chances. And our entire point of being over here on this TED Talk is necessarily to tell you that you have to take in your chances in order for you to do something that you want to do. Nothing really comes to you as easily as just focusing. You should focus yourself on one thing and always introspect about that one thing as well, because that one thing can also have a lot of things. And that's what we're here to tell you about. We're here to really go ahead and tell you that you have to go ahead and take your chances in order for any of those doors to just be there. And once you see one of the doors opening up, you will see a lot more doors inside that day. It's really microscopic. As you keep going in, you will keep zooming in and you'll see there are so many other things to it. Our job was to make an album, and this is like literally post-album phase, right? After we made the album got a little bit of like whatever viewership that it got. And humbly enough, it was good for us to, get a great head start over a lot of other things. And that really gave us a high jump, something that we didn't expect, right? For us, getting 1 lakh views on our biggest song was good enough to it getting 1 million views suddenly.
Yeah, because we had those conversations, and it's okay to doubt yourself. We used to doubt ourselves all the time, but just don't overdo it. We had conversations when we were making the album raat ke 3-4 baje in front of the studio and in front of the house, ki haan, will this work out? And we used to be like, this will be really sad if it doesn't work out, because you're going to go back to doing law and I'll go back to doing interior design, and this thing will, what if it doesn't work out? But we constantly put in the effort, and we had those doubts, which is a good thing. That just shows that you care. It's not like, of course you're going to have doubts, and the route that we have is independent, and we're carving our own lane every day. So then doubts are going to creep in, but they should never stop you. And conversations like, oh, Chakli Gutta पे अगर 1 लाख views आ जाएंगे तो मजा आ जाएगा. And like उसके बाद 1 दिन में आ गए थे वो. So it was just like crazy कि मतलब we put in all that energy and that hard work, and it shows. So it's just be genuine with the art. Just be really genuine with the art, man. That's it. And believe in yourself. Have confidence. There's going to be obstacles. There's going to be so many things that you'll have to figure out, but if you're heart and mind, they're in the right place, then you will figure it out. There's so many things that we didn't know how to go about. Even distribution of our music. The way that we distributed our music, we had offers of people taking certain percentage of our royalties that we make from our music, just if we ask them to upload it. But then Bharg figured out a way to upload the music ourselves, and then we did give away that 10% of our hard work. So it's just like constantly being active and being at it, and like keeping your head down and being humble with all these artists also, because all these lovely artists came with us and they helped shape the album also, because we had our head down and we believed in them and we wanted to make something really good with them. Egos are not allowed in rooms such as these. Like we were always at it. Like koi bhi banda aayega, we're gonna have like any person come to the studio. We had this thing ki we're gonna get at least a demo out of it. Ki at least we have a structure and we have a hook or we have a verse. We have something out of it. So we have to be tuned on and focused and really intuitive also in the studio. Sometimes things weren't working out. Imagine having a big artist in the studio and things aren't working out, and it's been 2 hours. That person could get frustrated. What are you supposed to do? Are you gonna just haath khade karke bol doge ki nahi hoga? No, you can't do that. I mean, you can do that, but you shouldn't do that. We didn't do that for the most part. We constantly kept changing our approaches. Ki this person is here. It's been a couple of hours. It's not working out. What are we gonna do? We're gonna try another different way. We're gonna look for a different sort of a melodic or whatever, a different guitar strum or a different sample, but we're going to be at it. So the whole point is just keeping at it and being relentless in your approach is a very good thing that you should do. I mean, that's it.
New to us as a concept like auto-tune, whether will we be able to become like good auto-tune artists or something like that? Will we be able to use it in a way that other international artists like even a Travis Scott uses it, or whosoever uses it, right? And that's a risk that we took, but it gave us great rewards because the song went on to do it. That's again, it's all based on a risk and reward basis with like a different, like making that prism in the first place. And you have to build that prism only if you go ahead and take that risk and you take pride in your own work. And you work hard, as he said, there's no room for ego, in the sense that you must put your head down and keep working hard and make sure that like in this cutthroat industry that is music industry, one must always work and believe in their own art and keep going at it. As you will see, we had to do shows, then we had to do other deals, brands come into play, blah blah blah, all of these things come into play. Choosing what brand is right, choosing what show is right, all of those things become like it's so chance based, because one bad show and you're done. One bad deal and you're done. One bad song and you might be finished. Hence, our entire talk that Rawal and I had and whatever I hope we're able to impart onto you as knowledge is the fact that please take your chances, learn from whatever you have. Don't take any knowledge as useless, even if it's some random history book that you read in class 6, or if it's your random instrumental teacher in your school telling you what to do. Keep going at it, keep working hard, keep making the things that you like, keep enjoying everything throughout your life, and that's mostly it. The prism will build itself, the possibilities are endless, and you will find one where you will find your own path, and even then you will see there are so many other routes and steps that take place. So, any last words, bro?
Well, thank you for all the listeners. Like within like 1.5 years, I think we'll cross like 10 million streams across all platforms. So that's like that just shows that like it's by the people and it's for the people. And I'm not talking about democracy here, but yeah, for sure. Like we just put in the effort and it worked out the way that it has, and we're not preaching anything that this is the right way to go about it. This was our way, and we're putting it in front of you. So that's it. I hope that you got something valuable out of this, and I just hope that all of you can just carve your own lanes and just do what you love, man. Because doing that is really important. Because even if you think about the hours that we put in and the hours that we work in a day, if you're not doing something that you love, it just becomes really hard to be happy. Just think about the hours that you put in when it comes to your work. And if you're not doing something that you love, it's going to be really hard, and then you're going to look for it in other ways and it might become a little difficult. So I just hope that everybody over here can really fulfill what they really want, and they find what they want and they fulfill that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much, Thank you so much, Mr. Thank you all for being here. Thank you so much. Goodbye.